Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clifton Johnson, and I am the Executive Director and founder of the Empower series. I want to welcome you to our podcast today. I am so excited about our guests, but before I announce our guests, I want to first off thank our sponsors, our long-term support and sponsor, Comerica Bank, as well as AE Media Group, and then you with your generous donations. You've given to us and you've allowed us to do programs like this. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we are all about putting positive energy in the community. We give hope, education, inspiration, connection to resources to help you achieve your goals, whether it's personal goals, financial goals, as well as professional goals. If you want to donate, you can go to our website at www.empowerseries.com and click on the donate button in the top left-hand corner. You can also take a look at what's coming up. And so next month is National Life Insurance Awareness Month. So on the third Saturday of each month, we're at the Highland Hills Library. And the Friday before, we're at the Meadows Conference Center. We're going to talk about life insurance. On the second Saturday of each month, we're at we're in Houston. We're at the Palm Center, which is in partnership with the Houston Area Urban League, and we're there from 10 to 12 talking about life insurance. So next month, mark your calendars. But today, we're going to talk to our guest, Chris McSwain. She is the Community Engagement Officer for the North Texas Giving Day. And for those of you who are not familiar with the North Texas Giving Day, that is why we're doing this, because it is a day where people are able to contribute to nonprofit organizations of their concern and of their heart. So I think if you don't know about it, you need to know about it, and that's exactly why I have Chris here with us today. So Chris is going to talk about what North Texas Giving Day is, and also what her goals are, and how we can support her in getting the community engaged in this, not just one day, but throughout the entire year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Clifton, for having me today. I am so excited to work with you and be here on the Empower series. It's right in line with what we do at Communities Foundation of Texas. And so this is a great just opportunity to share. So thank you for having me. Like Clifton said, my name is Chris, and I serve on the team that produces North Texas Giving Day, which is the largest one-day online giving event in a community. North Texas Giving Day 2019 is just 3 weeks away on September 19th, 2019. And really, it's a day for people who are cause-minded, who are passionate givers, to stand up and give to the causes that they care about. This year, we have more than 3,000 nonprofits represented. So if you care about the arts or animals, all the way to seniors or the zoo, we have something that represents your heart. And so it's a day for the people of North Texas to get up and give and say, this is what I stand behind, and this is what I want to give my time, talent, and treasure to. And so we do that as a community to really raise the bar of generosity to see how we can collectively impact the region where we call home.
Well, last year I found out about North Texas Giving Day, and there are some deadlines. I wasn't able to register before the deadline. I think it was August 19th.
Mm-hmm.
But even if those organizations are not registered, they can still be a part of the wave of the giving. Is that correct?
Yeah, so registration for this year has closed. So we have closed, that opportunity for organizations to participate. But there's always, saving the date for 2020. So that's one way. Get on the calendar so that you don't miss registration for 2020. But for this year, there's an opportunity to support other causes that are in your same genre, if you'd like to do that. And then also, it's a day for you to just join in on the conversation that's happening. And on the 19th, everyone will be talking about philanthropy. Everyone will be raising the awareness for what it means to give back. And so to be a part of the conversation, to be a part of the energy, it's an opportunity for everyone to get involved. So nonprofits, if you have not, this year we would love to have you back for 2020. But this year I would encourage you to just become a part of the conversation that's happening.
Right. So let's talk about that. So the website that people can go to participate and find out the organizations that are involved in it, what is the website?
Sure. So it's www.northtexasgivingday.org. And when you go online, you can just go to the upper right-hand corner and you'll see a search bar that says Find an Organization. And when you click in that, you can either type in an organization that you already know of, or you can shop like Amazon. You can go and filter by the county you live in. We cover a 20-county footprint in North Texas. So you can filter by county, you can filter by cause area, you can filter filter by city, and you can just take a look at various organizations of various sizes and again of various causes. We have over 21 causes represented, and you can just pick and choose. And it's kind of fun to like scroll through and just read the different stories of what nonprofits are doing innovatively in their community to impact change.
Okay, so go to the website, do the search,
Yep.
browse the organizations,
Yep.
and those are all of the organizations that have actually registered and are part of the program.
Yeah.
And they can go on, they can start donating as early as I think September 9th. Is
Yeah,
that
so
correct?
what's really great is that, if in case September 19th you're busy or away from your computer for some reason, we have what you call scheduled giving. And so much in like you schedule a bill online, you can schedule your gift starting on September 9th. And so for 10 days from the 9th to the 18th, you can pre-schedule your gift. And so you can do that starting the 9th, and you can schedule as many gifts as you want. And then those gifts won't be processed. They won't hit your account until the 19th, the actual day.
Okay, so like me, there's probably some organizations out there that didn't know about this. And so I didn't know about it last year. I didn't register for 2018, but I still participated by letting people know about North Texas Giving Day, what was all about. And then I was able to register. Is registration for next year opening up sometime soon?
So
How does that work?
registration for 2020 won't open until next spring. So you have a while. We'll open that in May. But if you go online and you want to learn more and get on our mailing lists for that date announcement, you can do that by going on northtexasgivingday.org.
Okay, so definitely get engaged now.
Yes.
And let's talk about this a little bit more, because when you look at the engagement, your role as the community engagement officer, what are your goals and responsibilities being the community engagement officer?
Sure. So, my title is really, it's pretty literal in terms of what I do. My job is kind of two-pronged. On the one track, I really just do general marketing and communications and PR for the day. So really shaping the voice, the vision, the look and feel for how North Texas Giving Day is seen in the marketplace. So making sure that, we are placed on the media and that you see us with signage and the various just traditional marketing opportunities. I also kind of work and oversee our social media awareness. Obviously, since North Texas Giving Day is an online event, it's key that we're on the social media platforms actively and that we're engaging the community. So that's one part of my job. The other part, and this is a new role to CFT, I just started last year, so this is my second Giving Day coming, but it's really looking at ways that we can engage communities that have been underrepresented in years past. So we have been in existence, so we're walking into our 11th Giving Day. So for 10 years, we have been wildly successful. We have increased the amount of dollars raised every year, now tenfold. So we started in our first year raising $4 million, and last year we raised $48 million. So we've been wildly successful, but we realize that there's an opportunity to engage communities that have not largely participated. So when we look at the numbers of people who gave, so last year 81,000 donors gave, the large majority of those donors were over 55, mostly Caucasian and mostly women. And while we love our over 55 Caucasian women, we want them to come back again and again, we realize that that is not the majority makeup of our region. We know that communities of color are fastly growing in the North Texas area. It's slated that by 2022, the Latino population will be the majority in our region. And so to that end, we know that it's the right thing to do, right? We want to make sure that every community, no matter your socioeconomic status, no matter what part of town you live in, whether you are rural or urban, or you have conservative means, or you have more resources, that you can really become a part of this day. You can stand up, whether your gift is nominal or larger, and participate. And so we want to make sure that as an organization, we are reaching out to the community and making sure that the table looks like the beautiful mosaic that is North Texas. And so I'm really working on developing partnerships and opportunities to engage communities of color, communities of younger people, millennials. We know that we are at the stage in life. I'm an older millennial, but we know that we're at the stage in life where we are, walking into our burgeoning careers. And so we have the opportunity to give as well. So I'm really looking at engaging and cultivating new audiences.
So what I would do is I would encourage you to go onto the website, and the website again is
northtexasgivingday.org.
Okay, go to the website, go to the, find an organization or find a nonprofit. Now, the Empower Series is out there.
Yeah.
But not just the Empower Series. Go look for organizations that you are passionate about. Your organization may have registered already. But if you cannot find your organization, this is what I would ask you to do. Go contact your organization. If they're not on the website, reach out to them and let them know about this, because they may just not know about it.
Yeah.
And that way next year they can be a part of the organization that you contribute to?
I'll say this about nonprofits. So nonprofits obviously use this as an opportunity to raise funds, but there are so many things that you can use from participating in North Texas Giving Day. We provide, my team, we provide a number of resources and tools that you can implement, not just for your North Texas Giving Day campaign, but you can utilize some of those resources year round to build your infrastructure for fundraising, for marketing. We provide so many tips and resources and toolkits that really help you shape the way you tell your story, the way that you show up on social media, the way that you engage and steward your donors. So there are so many benefits to becoming a part of North Texas Giving Day. No, it's not going to raise your full, year-round budget, but it is a really great tool for awareness building, for really helping you streamline the way that you communicate in the marketplace. And on North Texas Giving Day specifically, it's a great opportunity to become a part of the larger conversation. So many eyes, so many media, so many corporations are looking at our pages that day. It's a great way to just be seen by people that you might not be able to be seen by otherwise.
So let's talk about some of the other resources that are available, not just for registered organizations, but also for organizations that may not have registered in time. All nonprofits are looking for additional resources and volunteers, or a way of, like you said, crafting their story and telling their story in a more effective way to increase awareness. What would you say would be some of the most underutilized resources that nonprofits are not taking advantage of that they should, in addition to just the North Texas Giving Day?
Sure. So one of the things that we do all summer long before North Texas Giving Day is we train our nonprofits on a number of things. And so we have various social media trainings that really help people learn how to shape and tell their story. We have watched nonprofits completely amass a whole new following of volunteers just by the way that they tell their story on social media. And so that's a really smart tool to have in your arsenal for contacting people who you might not necessarily have direct access to because they are passionate about your cause. But if you can tell your story well, if you can connect with a donor or a listener or a reader online and they really understand your heart, I think it's really a tool that will be to the benefit of the organization. So we offer several trainings in the summertime around social media. We did 2 this year on digital marketing and then one specifically on social media. And then we also did one on marketing to the Hispanic market because we realized that that's a growing community. And so I would take advantage of the tools we have in terms of our training. We also teach on donor stewardship. So great, you participated on North Texas Giving Day, or even if you haven't yet and you got a new donor, how do you steward them? How do you build that relationship? How do you make them a long-term supporter of your organization? We also train nonprofits on just generally like how to engage their board. Most nonprofits have boards of directors, and so we want to empower them to utilize that in-house team of cheerleaders to really help take their mission and their cause to the next level. And so we train them to engage their board in really intentional ways rather than just being someone who comes to meetings 4 times a year. We teach them how to engage them and cultivate them as champions. So there's a number of things and trainings and resources that we provide to help organizations walk through kind of the year-long process of existing as a nonprofit. So I would encourage nonprofits to, even if you haven't registered for this year and you're not participating, to go on the website. All of our resources are available to view and to read and to look at. And so I would encourage nonprofits to go online and see the number of resources that we provide.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that because this is not just one day and you're in and out. So there's a ton of resources that organizations can take advantage of the entire year.
Yeah.
And these programs are free.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
They are free.
Right, so it's all free.
They are.
So definitely don't miss out on it. And so you say you where are you from?
I am from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, from New York, right?
Yeah, so I've been in Dallas now for 4 years.
For 4 years, okay. But you've been in this space for a minute, right?
Yeah, so my entire career has been in nonprofits. So I started out working for nonprofits, usually doing marketing and communications roles. So my first job ever was working for a super small microfinance organization in Harlem, New York. And we would give small loans to entrepreneurs who didn't have access to traditional capital. And my role as the marketing coordinator at that time was really to help tell their stories, tell the stories of these young men and women, and maybe not always so young, men and women who, for whatever reason, didn't have great credit, maybe had criminal pasts and were trying to start a new chapter in their life, really figure out how they can connect with people to help them believe in their businesses. And so that was the first time that I noticed that as a storyteller, there was power in my translation to meet someone, connect them with their audience, and really form that bond and help them cultivate a relationship with the story. And so I've done that all throughout my career for various organizations. And so 4 years ago, I just took a leap of faith and changed my location. And so to find myself back in the nonprofit space, but now on a different side, on the foundation side, has really been a full circle experience for me.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, this show is live, and I have my computer here. Normally, I don't have my computer here. So if you're watching, if you have a question, you can go ahead and now I can actually see a question.
Oh.
And I'll ask you. So the comment is that you're just an awesome lady right now.
Oh, thank you.
That be true.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So we'll take questions or compliments, right?
Oh, I sure will. I'll take all of them. Thank you so much for that.
So now we met back in May at an exclusive networking event.
Yeah.
And we sat and we talked and things got caught up because I'm so glad you were able to be on our show today. But for the longest, I've been wanting to connect you with other organizations to really be involved because I think there's a lot of professional organizations of different diverse communities that are nonprofit, scholarship funds. So I would say all of the different fraternities that can be part of the North Texas Giving Day.
Yeah.
And possibly they're not.
Yeah, so we have a number of sororities and fraternities, especially of the Divine Nine. So I am a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I'm very aware of the organizations. And so we have a number that participate as receiving organizations. We also work with the Links. We also have just a number of professional organizations that are specific to certain ethnicities, participate in North Texas Giving Day and raise funds for their various missions. I think that we help empower those organizations in ways that perhaps they don't traditionally have programming around. So, every organization has their fundraising campaigns, but this is just a new way to add into the fold of what they do.
So are all of the sororities, different chapters,
different chapters can participate and have their own individual campaign. So even if it's the AKAs or the Deltas or the Zetas, from Collin County or from Dallas County.
The Alphas, the Kappas, the Sigmas, right?
Yes, right. Everyone is welcomed. Everyone is welcomed. There are some eligibility standards that you have to have in order to participate in terms of your 501c3 and being in right standing with the IRS. But yes, if you check off those marks, you can participate.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about right now. I am new. My organization is out there for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm promoting on social media about North Texas Giving Day.
Yep.
What would you say would be the ABCs to really make sure that organizations that are participating for the first time or even though they've done before, they must do to really make sure that they are engaged in the process?
So I would say no matter what size your organization is, that before you even launch out, and yes, we're close now, but I would say when you get registered, it really, so we have a nonprofit toolkit that we use, and we kind of call it the North Texas Giving Day Bible. But I encourage people to walk through that book and really see what plan what your goals are. Like I said, North Texas Giving Day isn't going to bring in your entire annual budget, but what it will do, if you use it correctly, what it will do is help you kind of focus in and hone in on what goals you want to accomplish using this tool. So there are some organizations who perhaps fundraising isn't first and foremost on their list. Yes, they want to, be introduced to new donors and have people see their pages and hear their story. But for some, it's really like brand awareness, right? So being a part of this super huge day means that, there's an opportunity to be seen by eyes that might not have otherwise. And so figure out a unique angle to tell your story and get it in front of us. One of the joys of my job is that I get to learn the various projects and the various initiatives that organizations are doing. And so I get to contact those people. And so if there's a great media opportunity with a local media outlet, or if there's, if we're on WFAA and we're looking to feature a unique story, there's an opportunity for you, no matter what size organization you are, to stand out by telling us your story in a really unique way. And so that's what I would do. I would say sit down and plan what your goals are, and really have a strategy for how you're going to attack North Texas Giving Day. No one way is the right way. Everybody has a unique journey when it comes to Giving Day. So I would say just get really intentional about what you want to accomplish and set realistic goals. If this is your first time and you have just you're a staff of one person, or you have a super small group of volunteers, you might not be able to do the big, huge, super shiny campaigns that other people can. Right. But until you get there are super small things you can do. So if it's, hey, you know what, we want to set a goal to get 50 new followers on Twitter. That's something that you can build toward, and you can build a campaign and a really intentional, focused strategy on those goals. I would say start there. Have a goal in mind and begin to create a strategy specific to that goal.
So if you're saying then that we can tell our story and we can share it with you or with the organization, and if we are so lucky, if our story is unique enough, we may get some additional exposure if you have to showcase a nonprofit.
Yeah, so we work with a number of really great partners to, again, tell the story of Giving Day. So one of our media partners is WFAA, for example. And so 4 times in summer, we go and we do the Party in the Plaza from 4:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock in the morning on Fridays. And so each time we go, we have a number, like 50 or 60 nonprofits that are featured on the plaza. And so what happens oftentimes, in addition to those who are featured and are on the mic in our interview, we have the anchors come out and we'll have any number of people featured, and they get to tell their story, and they're seen on Facebook, they're seen on the morning news. And for some, that's been super transformative with the way that people have connected with them. A few weeks ago, we had Janie Mae's Activity Center. They're a small activity center for kids in Oak Cliff, and we had their drill team come step on the show. And so that was a huge opportunity for them. That clip has gone, has been online. It's gone a little viral. And then we invited them to come back and perform at one of our large events at North Park Mall on September 14th. So again, this is a really small organization, but they have a phenomenal, talented group of kids. And so we invited them to step on the show on the news, and then they're now coming back. And so there's an opportunity to build that relationship with North Texas Giving Day so that we can be aware of who you are. And if there's a donor or a media partner or someone who wants a specific, if they're interested in what you do, we can easily align you because we've met you, we've gotten to know you. So it's really important to be an involved nonprofit in North Texas Giving Day. It's one thing to register, but it's one thing to get involved, to come to the trainings, to raise your hand, to tell us your story so that we get to know you. We want to show love to everyone, and so we don't play favorites, but sometimes we do get really specific requests. So it's sometimes kind of hard because we'll get a request from a media outlet, hey, do you cover, can you find me an organization that rescues black pit bulls in Prosper, Texas? Right. But if we know you, we'll able to identify you and connect you with that media opportunity. And sometimes that is invaluable. Being featured on an online media opportunity or being featured on the news, there's really no dollars that you can put behind that, And so it's really important that as the nonprofit, you stand out and you tell your story, and you're really focused with the way that you tell people what you do and how you do it.
So going to the website, getting registered on the newsletter, and then what would you recommend that organizations do to engage? Do they contact you directly, or is there some contact on the website that they got to reach out to share their story and to make sure that they are on the list of being considered for the Friday?
Yeah, so the first way to do that, and you'll know this now for 2020 if you're not registered, but the first way is to register early. So when you register, registration usually opens at the end of May. We have a period of about 2.5 or 3 weeks that we call the Early Bird Perks Club. Yeah, and so those who register by that specific deadline, so this year it was in June, I think it was June the 18th, those who registered by then they were a part of an exclusive club that gave them access to certain prizes. So certain people get prizes, or they're entered into raffles to win prizes, financial prizes, just for registering early. Others in the Early Bird Perks Club get first dibs on really cool opportunities like coming to WFAA with us. This year, we work with a partner called On Air Media, which is actually a studio here in Dallas, and they do podcasts. And so 3 or 4 nonprofits this year will win a 3-month podcast completely for free with intro music, outro music, the whole podcast experience, because they were a part of that Early Bird Perks Club. So there are great ways to engage with us so that we can get to know you early. So that way we can work with you all summer long.
Okay, so question about that. Every year, do you have to register?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So just because you registered 1 year doesn't mean...
No. So every year you have
Okay.
to come back and tell us that you're joining us again.
So we need to put it on a calendar that registration is going to open up sometime in May.
In May, yes.
Sometime in May, and we need to do it early in May so that we can be part of the Perks Club.
Yeah, so every May also, so we start these at the end of May, the kickoffs. So we do 5 kickoffs in our 5 largest counties, so Dallas, Denton, Collin, Grayson County, and Tarrant County. And so we do 5 kickoffs where we come in person and, we hype people up around North Texas Giving Day. And so those kickoffs are the best first place to come to learn all the new features that are happening for Giving Day that year. We announce any special announcements. Like, so for this year, our big news was that our honorary chairs are Dirk Nowitzki and Jessica Nowitzki. And so we announce all of that. We get people registered. The registration typically opens around those kickoffs. We give out yard signs, we give toolkits, and we really empower people to start from then in early or late spring, early summer. We get them ready to kind of walk through their whole summer, getting ready for September.
Okay, so outside of the Early Perks Club, is there anything else going on prior to North Texas Giving Day that people can be engaged or should reach out to?
So our trainings, our in-person trainings are really, again, they're not only giving you content, but they're also great networking opportunities. They're great for meeting our team and us getting to know who you are, but they're also really great for helping you connect with peers. We have seen at some of those trainings in person that nonprofits will get together and put on events for North Texas Giving Day. So that's another really cool thing. Some of the events that we have events happening all over the Metroplex, but sometimes when you connect with other nonprofits and y'all get together and say, for example, you do an event in a park where you have a nonprofits tabling, and sometimes we call it a donation station. You can create an event and an experience for North Texas Giving Day if you partner with other organizations, either by cause area or by county or city or neighborhood. Again, that's invaluable, having those connections. We also are always looking for speakers. So at the various trainings that we do, no matter what the topic is, we typically have what we call peer case studies. And so we'll have people come and tell their stories. And so those people become the experts in whatever subject matter we're presenting. So if we're talking to nonprofits about social media and we've met a nonprofit that had a really awesome social media campaign, they're able to stand on stage and tell that story, and that goes viral. And so people are inspired by that. So there are a number of ways to be seen and heard. I would also say that making sure that your story is very clear on your profile. So you have all the real estate you want on your North Texas Giving Day profile to tell your story, to upload your photos. And so that's another really great place. If we can understand exactly what you do, who you serve, what the impact is of your work, it makes it that much more clear when we're looking for specific kinds of stories.
So what happens after North Texas Giving Day until May of next year with the profile or any activity? Does the profile go away?
It does go away after a while, but we do have opportunities for recurring gifts. So if a donor, comes on in September and says, yeah, I want to support Empower Series on North Texas Giving Day, but I also want to set up a recurring gift so that every month they are receiving gifts from me. They can do that. So our website becomes a resource for people who are just looking to look at nonprofits to see, who's around doing what in various cause areas. So it does become a resource that we point a lot of people to.
Okay. Now normally our podcasts are an hour.
Okay.
But it was from 4 to 5.
Yes,
we started at 4:30 and we got to end at 5.
Yeah.
So we're about that. We're at that time right now. So your website again?
It's www.northtexasgivingday.org.
Okay. And is there any additional information that you want to?
Oh, we lost them. Oh man. Oh, y'all don't play. Y'all really cut off at 5.
Hey, wait, you're still on.
I'm still here. Okay.
Hey, well, again, I just want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I want to thank all of you for watching. I thought we were cut off earlier. I started hearing the music to say the way to go. But I want to thank you for watching. Thank our sponsors, Comerica Bank, AE Media Group. Chris, thank you so much for coming.
This was fun. Thank you.
Tune in, connect, provide some comments, and I'll get you some more information. If you have any questions that you weren't able to answer, I'll get you the answers. So,
yeah, September 19th, 2019, get up and give for North Texas Giving Day. Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.